ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, before I begin with the topic of discussion today, I would love to advise all the viewers out there that stay indoors, people. Stay indoors, guys. Practice social distancing and follow the rules and regulations that are given by the government under rule. Wear masks always. Liambe a town, go mask by it. Today I have you know, an important visitor, one of the most prominent guys at MSU, Midland State University. Well, his name is Tichaona Kombora. Well, today we're going to engage in issues which are affecting us students at tertiary level and even at primary level and secondary level. Issues which are affecting students, the learning process, to be precise. Well, so Tichaona, tell us about what do you think about this global pandemic?
First of all, good evening, viewers. Thank you so much for inviting me into your most wonderful show that we get to address the challenges that are befalling the students and also right now the current predicament that you are into as a world. Okay, coronavirus, they say it is transmitted, maybe if someone coughs here, we're all gonna get coronavirus. And then so what we have to do in order for us to avoid catching coronavirus is to stick by the stipulation of the government regulation that was laid out by His Excellency. Say lockdown, let us stay at home. When we are going out, let us wear masks, protective masks, let us keep that social distancing in order for us to preserve our health, in order for us to live long, in order for us to fight this global enemy that is becoming in most overnight. It has become popular overnight. So at the end of the day, we have to adhere to what the health inspectors are telling and to what the government is telling us. So yeah, that's what I understand about this corona thing and what we should do in order for us to stay safe. And also wash your hands, always sanitize. Those are the things that we have to do.
Oh, so have you considered how the education system has been affected? I take it that you are part 4-2 at Midland State University.
Yes.
And this global pandemic is not only affecting the Zimbabwe as a whole, it's also affecting the globe and you as well. So tell me, what are the challenges that you face as a student?
First of all, I will speak on behalf of other students. If they do not disagree with me, that's okay. But the majority of us, since our parents are civil servants, and some of us, our parents are in the informal sector, since we know that 90% of the Zimbabwean population are in the formal sector. So in order for us right now, education has been tremendously affected by the temporal closure in order for us to fight this global pandemic. So in a way, we are required to do these online lessons, online classes, but that has not been provided to us. In a way, some of us, even some of the people, they don't even understand so they don't even understand when a lecturer is delivering the lecture or when a teacher is teaching. They don't even understand, but we expect them to understand on such online platform. I think it's a bit too complex for them to understand. In a way, I think it's to actually limit the enhancement, the understanding of the subject. It would actually, it's a retrogressive step towards us trying to go back to the prestigious process that we once at, especially as Africa, where we used to be called one of the most literate country in Africa. But so anyway, first of all, the issues to deal with data, the issues to do, most of the students, they don't even have laptops. Some of them, especially in primary, secondary, they don't know how to access the internet. Alright, before going to talk about how to access the data, but some of them, they don't even have those skills to access the internet. So at the end of the day, we see that there is what you call communication breakdown there, because at the end of the day, you won't be if you don't understand something, if you don't understand how this thing works, how can you acquire that information, that data that you need? It's practically impossible. So after that, we go on again a step further to see, okay, the cost of data. Data is very much expensive, especially in Zimbabwe. And with this lockdown, like I already alluded in my opening sentences, like I said, most of our parents are in the formal sector. They cannot afford right now. No one in the informal sector is doing business. So most of us are very much what it disadvantage. So these are the obstacles that we cannot access data. And in order for us again to ask for the government to make mechanism to provide that, we know it's practically impossible. Because right now government may be incapacitated to provide for that data, because government right now is dealing with this global enemy. They are trying to equip the health sector. They are trying to pass. So at the end of the day, we can see that there is a huge gap actually in order for us to access that. And the other thing that you are affecting students are reluctance. If you're at home, like especially most of the tertiary guys or even primary guys, if you're at home, the only thing that comes into play is sleeping, eating, watching television. So it actually affects the way that we are what actually affects the way we study. It limits our knowledge. It is actually one of the most adversity that you are facing right now. You cannot study. You cannot be diligent. You cannot be consistent.
Yeah, speaking of studying, let's look at the individuals, let me say the students who are located in remote areas, such as the Domboshawa, the Deep Makaya Kaya.
Yeah,
there are some students who come from those places, and if you look at their situations, some of them face network problems, and some of them don't even have Wi-Fi. For them to access.
I think when you are talking about the issue of Wi-Fi, you've gone a bit far. Because even I was living in the urban area, I don't even access Wi-Fi. So if you say, what about those ones in the remote areas, it's practically possible, my friend. So anyway, like this is another one challenge that you are facing.
Yeah.
Yes, like I already alluded to you. How can we start while at least we don't? Some of them don't even know how to access internet. Even if you give them data, how to use that laptop, how to access internet. So how can you expect them to grasp every concept that is being delivered by the teacher or by the lecturer? Can you see that you are having a communication breakdown, a rift there? Yeah, we are trying. Okay, yes, we say we have to empower. We have to digitalize that. But how can we be digital while at least some of the areas that are not even digital themselves? So can you see this thing is it brings about a lot of perplexity if you want to bring up to that, if you want to point out that aspect. You see, so what do we have to do actually? I loved what the president said. For grade 7s, Form 4s, passing final year students at university and college that are being given top priority, they must go back. Yes, I loved that initiative. Because some of them, like Zimbabwe, yes, we are preaching the gospel of global village, but some of us only a half live in that global village.
Yeah.
We are living that digital world. Some of us were still analog. So yes, we're trying to digitalize from people. We're trying from transforming from analog to digital, but it's a process. It's a process that will take time. But for now, we need immediate solution. A panacea that will actually ameliorate this predicament that you have been subjected to. That is what, to go back to school, especially what the president said, the writing classes. Let us give them top priorities. And especially the students, the tutor students, I think they must be given top priorities. Those who are looking for attachment, they must be given top priorities again. Those are the things that we have to adjust, to address to.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I take it you've already answered so many questions that I was going to ask already. You know?
All right.
And yeah, I know this is a very sensitive issue. And I know that you've got a lot to say, but I think we should invite another guest so that you guys can also engage and even come up with points on what should be done and how should we deal with this situation as students. You know, because if you realize the future and is ours as students. The future
I would
is
have
for
to
the youth.
reiterate for that.
You know?
The future, they say the future is ours, the future. No, let us
Yeah.
not talk about the, let's talk about the present. The present is ours. Yesterday was not ours. But
Okay.
today, tomorrow is ours.
Okay.
So let us start right now. Because if we keep on procrastinating, say the future is the youth.
Mhm.
When is the future? If I may to ask you, when is the future?
The future is just unpredictable. Is that what
The
you're
future
saying?
starts right now. We're in the future. This is the future. We're starting the future. We are walking. This is the. We always. When I was in primary, I always I wanted to be in future of university. I'll be at university. This is the future. I'm in the future. I'm living the future. Most of the people we cover up our failures and our flaws. Say the future will see. No. We are in the future, my friend. This is the future. Let us start doing those initiatives right now. Let us start thinking, let us start being development oriented instead of being procrastinators. One thing that is killing our youth, especially in Africa today, three things that I can want to mention. That is alcohol, hedonism. Actually, African youth has become hedonists. When I'm saying hedonists, let me elaborate this. We love fun. We live for fun. We love fun. Alcohol. We idolize alcohol. You know, like someone will say, yesterday I drank. So we'll be telling you in the morning. Someone will be telling you in the morning. Say, my friend, yesterday I drank 18 quarts. Hey, my friend, I had fun. Do you know? Someone will be talking like this is something so glamorous, eh? But the future is waiting. Oh, yeah. So those are the things that we have to eradicate first. That thinking mentality, hedonism. The other thing, we idolize sex a lot. Sex a lot. We love sex. And the other thing, that's so depressing. We are cowards as you. Like the president once said, as for you, come and come forward. Can ameliorate the economy. But no, all of us, we are hesitant. So how can you, we are crying of our economy. Yes, our economy is in dilemma, our economy is dilapidated. But what is it that are we doing? Are we assisting the government or are we sabotaging the government? Those are the things that you have to put in place. Are we advocating? Are we sabotaging the government? Are we supporting the government? Or are we just sitting and doing nothing? So, we are cowards. We are no longer like those youths back then who fought for the liberation struggle. Those were determined, zealous. We are no longer those. Because alcohol and sex has taken over our minds. Our minds are now graveyards. This is the reason why Chinese, they come and invest, they come and take every resource. We have resources, but we don't know how to use them. Yes, we say there's corruption. Yes, corruption, you know, it's a cancer that has reached astronomical stage. Professor Makumbe once said it. Yes, and we know it's corruption. But what are we doing in fighting against corruption? What is it that are we doing? What is it that are we doing? So, I think we are now becoming one lazy guys. Because especially in Lokshin, Ekas, yes, I'm from Ekas, I'm proud of it, employees. The thing is, when you wake up, someone just think of alcohol. Go and chill with the guys at the corner, in the bus stop, discussing about the girls, seeing your girl, drinking alcohol, going to sleep. Don't have anything productive to do.
It's like you're under home arrest. And you know, your mind just dilapidates. Just depreciates, you know, everything that you have learned.
Exactly.
You know, it just goes down the drain.
That term called educated fools.
Welcome back, viewers. Well, just to sum up the topic under discussion for today, I would love to leave you with wise words. Stay indoors, guys. Hlalani phansi. Stay safe, so that we can help eradicate this global pandemic that is affecting us globally, and that is also affecting our education system and curriculum, is it? So, Mr. Kombora,
Yeah.
what words are you leaving us with today and the audience?
First of all, I would like to say, let's just adhere to the stipulation and government guidelines of staying at home, washing your hands, sanitizing, and also, wearing protective mask. Because right now I'm going out, I'll be wearing this mask of mine. So, right, let us wear this mask. And also for students, let us study. It's not yet over.
True.
Let us study. Let us study diligently, because we have time. You may never know. You might be called to write your final exams while you are equipped, prepared. So, guys, I'll urge you. Let us study, my fellow students. Let us study, because there's no miracle in the exam room. There isn't a miracle. Once you fail to prepare, you are prepared for disaster. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay, so that is it. God bless you. Peace.